My mentor and teammate, Bryony Wilson, was moving over to your castle, and she said, I'm starting a team. She said, you know everything that you're incredibly networked, and like, you can't just teach somebody that. She's like, I can teach you all the real estate. Are you interested? Are you in or are you out? And she gave me like 30 seconds, and I said, I'm in. And I said, what do I need to do? And I looked up a real estate school that she suggested, and started 2 weeks later, and I have never looked back. So it was a real leap of faith, but one I'm incredibly grateful for. I can think of you go through your list in your mind of all the kind of crazy, wild things that have happened. I would say one of them was when one of my clients is an engineer with a city government that I used to work for, and she got out of the car and dropped her phone down in like a manhole cover with water. And I in my mind, I was thinking, that's a goner. Like, we've lost the phone. This is our first house that we were showing. And I was like, this is not off to a good start. And of course, she knew how to analyze what kind of manhole cover that was and what would be down there. And in my mind, I'm thinking, it's got to be just disgusting and sludge, and I would not want that phone back regardless. And her fiance popped the lid off of it, and the fiance dropped down in there and was not scared and was able to get the phone. And they're like, okay, let's go. And it was like no drama, no trauma. And I was just sure that we were not off to a good start. Well, I come from a long line of realtors in my family. My dad was a realtor, my grandfather was a realtor, my great uncle was a realtor, and 2 cousins are realtors. And I wanted nothing to do with it for the first half of my life. I really thought of it as just business and numbers, and I wasn't very interested. But I have worked with immigrants and refugees in the nonprofit sector and in local government for my entire career. And I really started to see the effects of housing, lack of housing costing too much, people really struggling to pay rent, trying to, find some way to get ahead. And I really started to see real estate as a way to really help families stabilize and build generational wealth. And so I started to see it not so much as like a business proposition, but like the extended way for me to help community kind of stabilize their families. When I saw the picture of this house, I immediately thought of 2 things, either a spaceship or a spider web. I like to say to people is I absolutely believe there's a house for every person and a person for every house. Not every house is for every person. And sometimes there are some very interesting and funky things, but this one I think is so fascinating. It would be perfect for the type of person who wants to be very unique and show their personality. They don't want to live in the suburbs. They don't want to have, their house be a cookie cutter, like all their neighbors. So I think that's the type of person that would fit best in that. And if you found the right person, my favorite part of showing houses is when you see people's face transform and their energy. It's like an energetic thing. It is not a logic thing. And when you see that sunshine come out of their face, that you've hit the right person. So I think this might stay on the market a little bit longer. I think it might be very interesting.